Okay. Get this. The actual blurb for this book says, and I quote, "Maybe one extra set of holes wouldn't be the worst thing ever." What?
Must we begin with the most crassly biological reductionism imaginable? It sets a rather unfortunate tone.
Unfortunate? It sets the perfect tone. This is Taken by Fate by Shannon Mayer. People, and if you thought The Bachelor needed more blood shed and less clothing, strap in. It's basically Vampire Squid Games Regency Edition.
A typically hyperbolic and inaccurate summation, while the premise involves elements reminiscent of those spectacles. It attempts a narrative concerning
Attempts, exactly. Like Sienna, the main girl, attempts to save her friend by getting kidnapped by vampires. Genius plan, armed with a hairpin and end. I guess, terminal sass.
her strategic acumen is questionable. The author posits her as feisty, but many readers, myself included, found her leaning towards too stupid to live. TSTL as the internet parlance goes.
Oh, here we go. What's Sienna got? Pathological contrarian disorder. Terminal protagonist syndrome.
I wouldn't dignify her inconsistencies with a diagnosis. She vacillates between reckless bravado and baffling incompetence. One moment she's defying ancient vampires. The next she seems surprised that fire is hot. It's narratively whiplash-inducing.
But the drama. She walks into this auction. Yeah, they auction humans. Keep up. Thinking she can outsmart everyone. It's like watching my cousin Brenda try to haggle at a Gucci store. Hilarious and doomed.
Comparing systemic vampiric human trafficking to luxury retail bargaining is, well, and let's not forget Dominic the vampire general, the object of Sienna's, the object of something lust, annoyance. It's unclear.
He's described as yummy multiple times. Okay. Maybe a little creepy. One French reviewer said he was constantly excited, constantly horny. How awkward.
His instant, all-consuming obsession with Sienna, despite her actively trying to sabotage his entire operation, strains credulity even for the paranormal romance genre. It's less enemies to lovers, more predator instantly fixated on bafflingly irritating prey.
Like that possum that kept getting into my bins last summer. I hated it, but I couldn't stop watching it. Anyway, Dominic's all. Touch her and die. Brooding. Molten eyes. Classic. You know who I liked. Or the horse. Havoc. Now there's a character with depth. And the maid, Bee.
When the equine companion garners more consistent reader affection than the romantic leads, it perhaps suggests a flaw in the central character dynamic, or maybe just that people prefer uncomplicated loyalty to whatever Sienna and Dominic have. Honestly, this reminds me of our argument over Chronicles of the Gelatinous Overlord. You insisted the sentient slime was relatable.
Hey, Seiler had legitimate grievances. Unlike Sienna, who volunteers for this mess, then complains about the decor. So, the big question, is this book actually good? Or is it just shiny trash we can't look away from?
Good is a complex term here. The prose is functional, if occasionally purple. The world building is present. But the plot relies heavily on Sienna making inexplicably foolish decisions to advance. One reviewer called heroines like her blushing planks in the bedroom, which, while crude, points to a critique of certain genre tropes this book arguably embodies.
Blushing plank. I love it. Okay, fake listener email time. Dear Heart Book Radio. I tried Sienna's hairpin defense technique on my landlord when he asked for rent. Now I'm homeless. Thanks. See. Real-world consequences.
I despair. Look, some readers found it addictive. book hangovers, they called it others DNF'd, did not finish, citing the insta-lust and the sheer moral bankruptcy of the Harvest Games. It's polarizing.
So polarizing? Like, is Dominic hot and protective, or just a 1,000-year-old creep buying women? Is Sienna a kick-ass survivor, or an annoying brat who needs a timeout? Yes, the answer is yes.
You're agreeing with the contradiction itself now. Fascinating. The cliffhanger ending also enraged many. It apparently felt like the story just stopped. Secrets revealed with no groundwork, resolutions deferred indefinitely.
Okay, a final verdict time. Let's rate it. You first.
Based on the inconsistent characterization, the ethically dubious premise treated as romantic fodder, and the narrative reliance on protagonist idiocy, I award taken by fate 3 out of 5 existential crises induced by reading the reviews.
Weak. Okay, my turn. For the sheer audacity, the vampire bachelorette death traps, the horse havoc, and that bonkers, extra holes, line, I give this book 7 out of 13 divorces. It's messy, probably bad for you, but someone's having a wild time.
Divorces course.
All right, lovebirds and literature haters, that's all the time we have. Join us next week when we tackle a real head-scratcher. Kevin the Sentient Toaster oven bakes his way to freedom. You won't want to miss it.
I assure you, you will. This is...
And keep it tuned to Heartbook Radio, where we judge books by their covers and their questionable life choices.